We are now public knowledge. Thank God for that. Alrighty, let's see. New meta, new day. I forgot to set up my Twitch title, but it's okay. Most of the rest here is fine. I do have to change that somehow and eventually, but I can't bother right now. Oh, it's sneezing. Fun. Alright, let's sort out this title. Okay, there we go. Updated that title to the stream, so that should be good. Alright. Awesome. Let's try a little bit of that. Because why the fuck not, eh? Drop that and keep those. Should be right. No turn 1 plays. Kinda suck. I do like my turn 1 plays, that's for sure. What do we got? Cursed Vampire. Not Vampire, Vampire. Zombie Party's probably worth saving. Attendant turn 3. Demon Eater, maybe Zombie Party turn 4. Everyone's going crazy for these Bat Blood decks at the moment. That's for sure. I'm actually surprised by how many of them are popping up. Not that I really mind, I do like blood, but it's just entertaining to see. Alright, something I can deal with in the next turn. One to face. A little bit of draw. Get rid of the Vampichan. Still see blood after nerf. It's not surprising, Aggro Bat's always been a good deck. My only worry was that it wouldn't be quick enough, but it looks like with a few modifications it's just as quick as it used to be. And because people are trying to play slower decks, it tends to work out pretty well. Okay. No decent way to counter this board, which sucks. Alright. Best I'm probably going to be able to do is kill the 3/4, kill 1/1. Leaves my followers on board, leaves me dead to... not too much, so we should be okay. I do need to suss out a full deck list for this deck though. I do enjoy aggro bloods. The list I've got at the moment was very like thrown together, so I don't really like it much. Disagreeable Demon. Going for that ward. We need a 3 trade to be able to use Foul Tempest effectively. And if we don't clear board and survive, we are absolutely screwed. Can't use that because I lose, and that's the only way to block that damage. So I'd need to not die in the next turn, which is highly possible with blood, so that'll be fun. Definitely gonna try constructing that deck though. I found this deck online, I was like, oh, this looks interesting, but I think it's gonna be way too slow. I mean, I flat out lose here. So there's not much I could really do. Gambling. That's one way to go for death, I guess. Interesting, interesting. Alrighty. What are we gonna have? So it's basically a full-blown serious aggro deck. So, triple ambling. Looks like they got triple Bard. Or Brand. Curse Bar, I don't know. Triple Bloodfend. Don't even know where to start with the rest of the cards though. I mean, it's been a long time since I've played a decent blood deck. It looks like it's pretty seriously aggro orientated. Actually, I'll put in the animated ones, screw it. Don't think we got animated those, no. They're running these over Vampire Nobles, but I think running at least a couple Vampire Nobles might be good. Especially since you are comboing a lot of blood stuff anyway. give you luck, yeah. That's what I hope. Let's see what else. Don't like going into the 4 to 5 drop range, but Big Knuckle's way too solid not to run. Dark Air Gem is a risk because you don't want to be playing it that often, but it's also not a bad draw, I suppose. Mind you, Scarlet's probably better. The 2 damage plus 2 heal. We don't want to be too top heavy either. We'll go with those. And I think that's maybe where I want my curve to stop. That or I can run 1 Esmeralda. Or Emeralda. That'll work out. Destroy an enemy follower or amulet. Gain Storm Vengeance. Is active, so that's possible. Or we can go with the Yellow Club, which is a guaranteed storm damage for 7. Possibility of a heal. I'm not a fan of the Soul Dominator here though. So maybe just 2 of those and then we slot a lower card in. Horde used to be a great card. I don't know whether I'd want to run that anymore over other things, but we've got to decide what else to really put in this deck. Yeah, I don't want to run too many top heavy 7 drops. Esmeralda's a little bit better because I can get over wards. which is nice. The disadvantage is having to be in Vengeance. Hey, thanks for the follow. I'm just trying to decide how I want to play this early game stuff. Whether I go to Duke or whether I play Spiderweb. Since we are seeing more bloods, I think Duke has a little more pressure. Mind you, the Spiderwebs are a pretty solid blockade. Maybe we drop the Sabres down to 1. Drop those down to 2. Have a balanced ward set in the turn 3 slot and slot in a couple imps. Biocrow Wolf isn't bad either, but I want my curve to go to 6 there, and then Esmeralda is just an extra card, I guess, for a 7-drop finish if I don't have enough in the end game, and if I get stuck behind a ward, it's nice to have. I don't know, we can only trial it. Let's see how we go. If we find out we need healing more than we need the ward destruction, then we might trade them off. Or maybe even just run one of each instead. I think 2's plenty when you're looking at a super early game deck like this. Dragon, of course, first matchup. If we get a hyper aggro hand, we should be good. Yep, that sounds good to me. Bloodfed's pretty good against Dragon in the initial play. Don't really have to worry about it too much. Unless we draw into Ambling, then that's probably better to play that. Go for that extra damage. There we go. If I hadn't drawn Ambling, I probably would have played the Bloodfed there. But the body's pretty good, so I wasn't going to pass that up in a hurry. And it draws out Blazing Breath, which is nice. So it's from here on that becomes tricky. Okay, let's see if we can bait out Salamander, now that we know they've used Blazing. What do you got? There we go, Salamander. So we've seen 2 removals. Means Vate hopefully should be okay. Unless they've checked all removals and have drawn every single one, then I'd be in trouble. Do I just go full blown Vamp? Yeah, screw it. We go all in. I mean, Sybil's a pain. But they're going to play Sybil anyway. But they won't get the healing. No, because they'll just trade, won't they? So I may as well just remove that. Take the 3 damage. Does put my board in a little shitty spot for a Salamander. But if they're healing, I'm fucked anyway, so that's not going to be fun. Alright, let's go in on them. Just gotta hope that I can get enough on them that when they do play their bigger drops, there won't be an issue. And hope I get lucky. Fortune Hunter, okay. Don't want to be too stingy with these Evolves either. That can be dangerous. Ambling. That's fine. We're gonna deal some damage. Let's go for it. We're gonna go all in here. So that's 5 total. And I take 4. So we're 1 up on them damage wise for that turn. Compared to what we took. Oh, okay. That's an interesting one. tech against blood, maybe? That's really weak. Can I afford to take the damage? Probably not, because I'll be killed by 90% of what blood dragon has. But on the other side, I also get killed by everything else anyway, due to me taking damage and that 5-1, even if I cleared it. Tends to be how blood functions. Blood's main aim is to win by turn 6. You lose that early game, you're screwed anyway. And Dragon has enough healing tech these days that it's really hard to get over them once you go past that turn 5 marker. Now if it was Shadow, I probably would have been right in the early game. I could probably have out-aggroed them. Yeah, pretty much. Aggros just dump all their hand. You don't really conserve anything unless you absolutely have to or need to. Plus, because things are kind of random at the moment, there's a lot of things that you don't expect. And it's hard to expect the unexpected when you're playing a set deck of cards. Don't want anything top heavy. Still love Ambling Race, still think that's one of the best animated designs with the orange. So we play the Ambling. We hope to be able to go into turn 2 Urias if they don't really play anything. Otherwise we'll probably go into the Blood Wolf. That's not the worst thing in the world. They're not getting over Urias in a hurry. Turn 3 Vampire Noble or some other combo, I guess. There's their own Urias. Kind of expected that. I can kill that. Does leave the Urias alive, which is a little bit of a pain. Or I can just wall off the board, which is probably better. Let's hit that one. Put them down to 2 with that, so that if they do attack with it, they put themselves at risk more than me. Especially since I've got the evolve. Priority evolve for blood here isn't actually that bad. Especially since I got Urias out first, meaning my pings are going to have more value than theirs if we're just playing a direct trading game. I'm a little worried by that though. I take 2 damage playing Vania with the evolve due to the Urias, but we do get some serious damage in the long run if anything survives. Tricky hand. That's what I always loved about Blood Mirrors. Urias makes things pretty interesting. Well, I can't even evolve trade twice, can I? So getting rid of that's actually going to be almost impossible. Could have evolved this, I suppose, but then I still would have had to do the same sort of thing, which would have sucked. I'm going to take 2 from that, so we'll throw out the other Vania instead. They're probably going to have to prioritize leaving my Urias up. And I'm just going to ping them for more damage, so as long as we stay ahead in total health, we should be okay. And our Scarlet Saber should make sure of that. It's actually not a bad 2 damage, 2 heal card. That hurts. Not too surprising though. They've only got 3 points left, so not too many big things that would be a threat. I mean, Fate Noble with the Evolve might have been. Blood Wolf, I'm not too worried about that. Okay. Scarlet Saber, hit face, evolve, trade, ram for 1 with the bat maybe. Oh, that's actually a lot better. I do take 2 damage though. And I can play Big Knuckle next turn along with Blood Wolf, probably for lethal by then. And we've got 1 evolve point which should work in the next turn. Plus, they've got to clear both of these to not be in a really bad spot. So let's see what they got. I mean, their own Scarlet would be a problem. Oh, Razor. Sad when that's the only way you've got to deal with this. And Succubus is no good to them. Maybe if it had Drain on it. Blood Wolf lethal, 4 damage. Oh, Blood Wolf Razory. Either way will do it. Considering it was 6 turns. At least it worked out. If I can refine this tech down a little bit, maybe get more aggressive on the curves. I know, I really enjoyed Aggro Blood originally, so this is quite normal. Shadow. So we want them to not have a super aggressive hand. Otherwise we'll be in some trouble. Unfortunately we have pretty much optimal plays. Alright, dump the Ambling. Turn 1. Turn 2, Ambling into Curse. Turn 3, I don't really have a turn 3 play because you don't want to play Vania until 4. Use it as a trade and a proc. So I really need to draw into a turn 3 play in the next couple draws. Oh, that's nice though. Does kind of set up a turn 3 if I just hold on to the Ambling Wraith and the Curse. And contest this 2-2. So priority 1 damage. Sounds good to me. That's a little bit of pain. And now it's not so much of a pain. As of next turn, we should be able to deal more damage. Turn 4, Shadow. Not much I can actually think of that would be dangerous turn 4. Maybe a combo of Lurching Corpse and Draw Power. That's about it. Turn 5 is where you really got to be careful with Cerberus. And turn 6 with, what's it called? Death Breath. Okay, that's not so great for them. Is Vengeance Blood still good? I haven't tried Vengeance Blood actually, so I can't really comment on it at this point. It might be. Might not be, because Baphomet kind of got hit, which is a pain, because Vengeance Blood used that as quite a good core card for playing Belf on a super early curve. Or not Belf, sorry, what was it? It played a combo card with it in Vengeance, I can't remember what it was. You'd play Belf, then you'd play Bahamut into something bigger. I forgot what it was now. But you could probably work a deck out with it. Alright, there you go. That's fine. Rapunzel can't attack because it's only just been summoned. And it doesn't gain rush from the attack, so that's fine. That should be 11, right? No, because I can't actually play Implanter yet. Whoops. That's okay. We got plenty of damage still. Only gotta survive this turn. Probably should have traded into the 4-3 actually, because that's gonna heal 2, isn't it? Ramp 3, they heal 2, they go to 5, that's still in range of Implanter, and they have to clear my entire board. Wait for the meta to turn out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's why Sword is really good right now. Because Sword is always good in new meta, because Sword just demolishes unrefined decks. Okay, Caterpillar. Not really a worry. Even with a full board clear from here, I should still win. But they cannot heal, yep. That's it. Shadow's healing is pretty much non-existent. They have like 1 card. And this is how you want this blood deck to function. You want turn 6 lethal. If not earlier. And then Esmeralda's my turn 7. I really hope I have lethal by then card. Plus, Blood is a really quick deck to run through, with quick games. Which is always good. Oh, yeah. H and Elf, not bad. I like H and Elf's art. Another Blood, okay. If it's another Vengeance Blood, we've just got to hope that we can outdo them. Sorry, another aggro Blood. Vengeance Blood actually shouldn't be so bad, as long as we curve out half decently. Oh jeez. See, Phil, you make me OD all the time. It's all Phil's fault. Let's just blame Phil. Phil arrives and things go off the rails. Alright, so we're ahead. Double Razory hurts a little bit. Now it doesn't feel so bad, considering I'm going to have to use that. And maybe Razory Vania. Yep, always blame Phil. Always. I stand by those statements. Always blame Phil. Phil is the perfect scapegoat for everything. How do I want to deal with this? Maybe Big Knuckles actually the play. I was thinking Razory Vania, but it's not worth the trade. I mean, I could have sent Razory to face, but I can still do that again, and I get a 3-4 on board while dealing more damage. And going second, we don't need to worry about the evolve costs. We should just be able to win. That, on the other hand, is a little bit of a problem. That's a huge problem. Drain is a pain in the ass to get around with this deck. Let's see. Vania Ram's not going to be enough. Maybe with Razory Claw it would be, but that seems like a really bad sacrifice. Don't like the feeling of a Vate combo either, so maybe Vania, I get 1 bat on board, throw out the Razory and probably Ambling. This is gonna hurt though. Take him down to 10, puts him in Vengeance. Maybe I should actually just play Curse instead. To avoid that Vengeance play. This is sort of like Kerberos and Bahamut. Oh wow, I'm the same. Okay, so they're going for that. Sucks that they trigger even though you drop lower. Be nice if they didn't. They have lethal next turn if I take them down, don't they? No, they don't. They'd have to have 2 damage from hand. Fate just feels so much better. We've got the Emeralda next turn if we need it. We should stay in Vengeance for that. And if we can stabilize, maybe. I haven't seen any Dread of the Sea yet. Most of my dragon decks have been really storm orientated that I've played against so far. Well, that's dangerous. Yep, dangerous. Alright, let's try something different. Let me think for a sec. If aggro is a huge problem, my next best counter would be to go full-blown Haven, healing tech, banishment techs, early removal, mid removal, maybe an Elena version with an Aegis as a finisher, maybe just run 2. That muffin on the road, oh no. I think they're worth running still. Rabbit healers, frog clerics. Black inscriptions. Come back and see if I want to use Snow White or not. Holy Mystic Waters are usually pretty good. I'm just not sure what I'm going to want because I'm not sure how much of the main deck I want to build. Whether I just want to go partial. I mean, I know what to staple in, I just don't know where to go from there. Definitely Priest. I'm not losing that chance. Don't like Octobishop. Tribunal for dragon matchups is important, especially. Of course, these little girls, they're adorable. Because you're not paying attention. I do that all the time, even when I'm playing on stream. March of Hair might not be worth it in this variant I'm going for here. Iron Maiden was good. It's not as good anymore. It doesn't have any decent targets. You may as well just run Tribunal as a full kick out. I don't think Curate's much good because it's such a late game card. But it might be. I'm just not sure how I want to go with that yet. And of course, want to run at least 2 of those for the enders. See, I've only got 8 cards left, and I already know I need to run at least 1 neutral. There it is, oops. Whether I want to run 3 of all of these, I haven't really decided yet. I might actually drop down to 2 of those, which is better, 2 or 3. I guess depends on the deck. If you go full Aegis control, most of the time I'll recommend 3. If you're going for something a little different, then probably just 2 is fine. You probably never want to run 1 because the draw consistency just isn't there. So it just depends. Yeah, 2 is good enough for most decks. I like to run 3 in my full-blown Aegis control because it is my finisher and I need to guarantee that turn 9 play. Otherwise, usually you'll lose out. Don't think there's anything else I actually need for this deck as the main set. So that means I should be able to tech in other cards. I've only got 1 line and I can't really play that because it's not running enough neutrals. Maybe we do run Beast Calls. At least 2 ofs. Nah, we'll go 3. 3 Beast Calls because of the turn 2 play. So yeah, you've got plenty of time. It's true, you do have plenty of time to play, I guess, which is good. Just depends on the variant you want to really push for, and personal preference is a big factor in that sort of thing. If you realize you're drawing Aegis too much, then maybe for you, you'll want to change that. I'm a very big advocate for personal preference when it comes to certain cards in decks for techs, or a certain number of cards. Is she going to say you definitely need him? Yeah. If coming up against another Haven, definitely. I don't know whether it's worth running another Dark, because I don't think White Swan's worth running because the trade value just isn't there against Black Swan probably, but it might be, I don't know. Dark does practically the same thing as Swan, considering Swan's effect is heal all allies, so it gets face, meaning it will proc Elena, which Tango comes down to 5, Swan on 6, trade the Swan. Doesn't seem bad. We should have enough banishment tech. Maybe just 1 Swan? I think just 1 Swan as a kind of extra card. And that's a shit ton of healing and control, yeah. That's true. What else do I want to maybe run? Maybe 2 Hair Tea Time, but I don't want to have them clogging up the board for my heal cards and my other followers that I want to have out earlier. Especially when I've got to stack 1 board placement for that. Actually, that's what I needed. Radiance Angels. How did I nearly miss those? That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. Maybe just 2 Elena. No, 2 Elena won't be enough. And I don't have any way to draw them. But because I'm running so many other amulets, I guess that's not really an issue, is it? Late game board clears probably isn't necessary, is what I think, due to the fact that we're going to probably have mostly board state anyway. Oops. Helps if I actually put the E and the A around the right way. Whoops. Tea Time isn't going to work very well because it will take up the board space, which you don't want in an Elena Haven. If it wasn't for that, I would definitely run Tea Time. Because you already got to have 1 amulet that's going to be stuck on board. If you drop Tea Time, you're taking up a 2nd board slot plus a 3rd for the minion, and then you've only got, what, 2 more board slots to play a couple healing cards in if you're lucky. I don't really want to clog the deck. Is it okay to put a Haven? Yeah, you can put Baha in a Haven deck. I don't recommend it because they have better ways to clear things, but you can. Only if you have board. Yeah, but if you don't have board as Elena, you're dead anyway, regardless of Tea Time. Tea Time won't pull you back into that game that much. Especially being a turn 5 card where Shadow and Dragon can demolish it very, very easily. The only thing it would be a really good advantage against is heavy aggro blood. Which if I start seeing like shit tons of, then yeah, I might be worth running 1 or 2. But in a lane, like I'll run it in every other Haven deck. It's just something like heal is difficult. Same reason Snow White didn't really get fitted into this deck as well. That's fine, I can actually leave that up. That's alright. Saves me having to get rid of it. Got plenty of healing, so now I just got to worry about contesting the board enough. I may have to put in the amulet grabber though, because I think I'm going to need that. That's not true at all, man. Phil, that's not true at all. Grim is still quite good as a full board clear. I don't want to handle this though. Mosaic Water is a draw. Doesn't really do anything though, which makes it pretty weak. Honestly, I should probably just end turn, skip over that. Sure, you're not going to have those crazy plays with Grim, and in Haven, it's definitely not as good. But Dragon will still take advantage of Grim pretty heavily, considering it doesn't have any other decent board clear. The only thing I use it for is a board clear or 3. Yeah, that's exactly how it should be used. Nothing wrong with using it like that. God, no Elena sucks, so that's going to be a lot harder to win from. Definitely going to need to put in the amulet grabbing card. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot harder to climb back up now. Okay, trading that way. Already at 6, so that's a problem. Okay. What do we got? I mean, Swan, it's an alright heal. Any replacement for Snow White? No, don't replace Snow White. That's pretty straightforward. In most Haven decks, you're going to want Snow White. I'd even consider it for this deck if I wasn't running other healing 2-drops. Because Snow White will trade for every single 2-drop in the game pretty much, and almost every single 3-drop nearly as well. You're not going to get 2-for-1s like you did before, but it's still a really good card. Tribunal maybe. Doesn't feel good though. Especially when I'm going to just proc them up enough to get what they want. Maybe I just gotta hope. Maybe aim for that draw. There we go, that's what I wanted. Snow White was obviously still going to be good. Like I said, sure, it's not going to trade 2-for-1 anymore, but it's still going to trade with almost every 3-drop. And even some 4-drops if you actually spend an evolve point on it, which isn't really valuable, but still half decent. Yeah, I'm going to need more draw power. A lot more. Got plenty of healing, not enough draw. Story of my life. There's very few decks I won't run Snow White in. Probably just, actually, maybe Seraph? I can't remember whether I ran Snow White and Seraph. I don't think I did, but probably one of the few I wouldn't run it in. And then this deck, just because I've got to work out spacings. Rabbit, Evolve, Trade, Blackened. I think that's the best way to go. It's a shitty way to do this, but I do get rid of this Mordecai permanently. And Tribunal should take care of whatever comes out next, hopefully. Overwatch reference, oh dear. I barely played Overwatch. Is it viable in Stormhaven? Yes, definitely. Snow White was almost exclusively for Stormhaven when you look at its design. It's a super aggressive card. Like I said, contests all 2 and 3 drops pretty much. So play it or going first, which is what Stormhaven will benefit from anyway, is really good. And being played second, it's quite sticky due to its last word effect of resummoning itself with the evolve. So it's going to stick to your board pretty well. Okay, so that's one way to do that, I guess. Let's go with this. This should heal itself too, doesn't it? Zombie. Alright. Well, I'm not dead to Hector. So that's good. Oh, Genji getting all the kills. Ah. I liked Hanzo, mainly just because he played really fun. Mind you, I didn't mind the turret guy either. He had a pretty fun playstyle. Very different, but enjoyable. Remove the whole board and heal. Every Genji player played the game. Ah. Poor Genji players. Hit them in the face, leave up a 4-4. Yep, that was used one. I can't go back any further. Okay. So I think that's a fine little thing to do. That heals 2 as well, doesn't it? So I may as well use that one. Don't believe they can kill me from this position. Alright, I need a good draw here. Come on, draw power, what do you got for me? Darkness, my old friend. That's no good to me. That's no good to me. Have to kill that, which is depressing. Take 2 damage. Heal up to 10. And die. Great. So, yep. That was disappointing. Yeah. Decree would have done it. I had have been able to. You would have won if you had Bahamut. True. That is true. But fitting a Bahamut in a Elena Haven deck, very difficult to do. Plus, this is experimentation for you. I'm definitely gonna have to slot in some amulet draw, I think. We'll drop the frogs instead. Where is it? There it is. We'll drop Tribunal to 2. We'll drop Beast Call to 2. I'm just trying to think of what I want to slot in. I was not strong with this one. No, it wasn't. Temple Defenders feel really tempting though. They do block a lot of stuff. Against Dragon they're not much good, but against Shadow and Blood they do quite well. I haven't run Temple Defender for a long time, but maybe it's worth a shot. Can't rely on just one card. You're not really relying on just one card. That's the whole point of running Aegis in conjunction with Elena. And a shit ton of healing. And Bahamut is a terrible card to try and rely on, considering it hits both players' boards and is very easily removed these days. I'd much rather put in an alt wing con of like Seraph or something over Bahamut. Not really what I wanted, but that will have to do. I dropped the Tenko to try and get something else for the early game, but they concede. I finally get the Elenas in my hand and they just concede on me straight away. Not that I don't mind the points, I mean, points are always great, but I also like playing games. Alphabet on my Argus deck, yeah. I used to when Argus was very first launched. I played it with Bahamut mainly as a decent dragon counter, because playing Bahamut into whatever dragon had was always pretty good, especially if they had another Bahamut, because you could then just strike them with Argus if you have that down anyway. Making players concede. I wish that was every game, just concede all the way to Grandmaster. Rabbit Healer, Priest, and Tribunal. Okay. How did that happen? I barely have any points. Because it reset. It's the start of the month. It's currently for me 1st of August, which is 31st for a lot of other people, but it's also still the reset of the month. So all master points get reset. Phil not staying up to date with the times, losing himself. His head can't be taken, but his life sure can be. Okay. Oh, that's actually really good. Let's just say no to Proposition 34. I don't know what Proposition 34 is, but it's now we're saying no to it. Bone Chimera. Yay, banish, bye bye. Disappear. Don't come back. We don't want none. Hey, what's up? Turkey Master. If that is not the best name ever. Oh, Cerberus coming in for the hardcore puppeteering. Next thing you know, they'll be into racketeering. Cudgel Valley. Cudgel Valley is always good. I like Cudgel. Can't go wrong with it. Finally. Now you are pretty much fucked. Right next to Phil's name. Oh. Hitting hard on Phil super early. Mind you, we're actually like, what? Nearly an hour in. Jeez. The first hour is always the quickest. I got to remember to end turn. The second hour is always the slowest when I'm streaming. We hate on Phil a lot, but we appreciate him being here. A little bit, at least. So, Beast Call procs 2. Tenko procs 1. Evolve. Phil, when have you paid me yet? Other than your ad revenue, no doubt. Now for some really dirty plays. Like, really dirty. Like, I almost feel dirty just for thinking about doing this. Dragon mains. But Phil, would that really be a bad thing? I mean, we don't even know who you are. So it's more like making a meme out of thin air. Just enjoying life. What are you going to hit with that? Okay. So you can trade. Makes sense. Doesn't really help you in the long run because, I mean, I have double healing rabbit that can proc next turn. Unless you can trade into one of these. Which you can. Zombie Party's fair. Good VL. Oh, we don't want no Phil chicken wings though. Alright, Mimi. Makes sense. Trying to whittle me down a little bit. Oh, that feels nice though. I almost want a Temple Defender, but I know that's wrong, so let's not Temple Defender. So that goes up to 10 damage. Now they gotta deal with all of this. Alright, so they got through that. Now can they get through the rest? I mean, his head can't be taken. Still doesn't clear out, does it? Not quite. They'll be one off. One shadow off clearing board. That's sad. I am going to be one off lethal though as well, if I don't draw into a healing. Oh, no healing. Come on. What do you think this is? Vietnam? We've still pretty much won, but... if they come back from this, I'll be really surprised. Can't you tell? Really surprised. Oh, but honestly, my luck is very exciting. Alright, Phantom Hell. That's not really going to help. I mean, you can't kill off the Temple Defender, so that kind of screws you. So that was kind of a terrible play. Unless they do end up with something. Oh, trying to go for that lucky swing. Misses completely. Alright, 2 down. Not too bad when you actually pull something for lethal. Hey, GMAC coming in. Bet he's probably still working his ass off as usual. We're going first, so that's actually a disadvantage. Those Tenkos seem to come into my hand pretty easily. I am a little worried though that without anything early, I'm not going to be able to contest this blood at all. Okay, Ambling Wraith for 1 damage. When aren't you at work though? I'm pretty sure you live there. I'm almost certain you do. Pretty sure that house you talked about isn't real and you just live at your work. I mean, I can heal up, so I'm not too worried there. Priest turn 5. Doesn't feel great, but doesn't feel bad. Hey, thank you for the follow. I'm here a regular, so why not? The house is my cat's, I just pay for it. That would make a lot more sense, honestly. Come on, what do we got? Another beast call. Can't really rely on that here. I'm gonna take a shit ton of damage next turn. Gonna have to hope for a 3-drop heal. Not too many ding-dongs tonight, not unless we get hosted by someone a little bigger than us. That would work. Did Phil die? He did. Phil passed away. It was tragic. Oh, damn it. Are they going to go for that 3 damage? Put me on that. Make it impossible for me to come back? Not really, because I mean, Priest of the Cudge. He's the real MVP. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. So we can actually remove most of this. I mean, Priest is a 2-for-1. That's pretty easy. The bird has to kill a vamp. I'm dead to something stupid, no doubt. But if I survive, then I actually have a chance of healing. He said what now? Oh, damn. This might not be the real Phil. Oh, it might not be. No, I'm pretty sure Phil just changed his name. Now he's Chill Phil. I'm actually dead next turn if I... No, even if I heal, I'm dead anyway, so actually that doesn't matter. Yep, I'm totally screwed if I'm not careful. Alright, I gotta hope they don't have anything, because I am screwed! Again. Sounds like Phil, alright. Forgetting his password. Classic. Kara coming down, thinking he's boss, when really he's just a big turd. Alright, I'm gonna get this heal off, just because I don't want to really die in the following turns if I don't have to. And I'm dead. Clap, clap for the Karabos handicap. Well, you were fun, Heel Haven, but you haven't served me as well as I would like. I really enjoy Haven. I wish I had more Haven in my life, but I don't. Sad. I want a full-size cutout of Eris. Just a full life-size cutout of Eris would be nice. I'd put it like right here somewhere. Just watching everyone, especially Phil. But we can't all have nice things. Vengeance deck with Karabos. I've been tempted to craft some Karabos, I just haven't bothered. Princess Snow White, looking all sweet. So I sent a cardboard cutout, guys. Oh, please do. If they seriously sent me one, that would be hilarious and awesome at the same time. I'd do a whole video just on the cardboard cutout. In my ramp dragon, since the neutral isn't better anymore. I don't know. I mean, Tina's still pretty solid, but I don't know whether it's worth keeping anymore. It's a hard call. Well, you know, this meta's extremely fresh, making things a lot harder to decide on right now. I probably would drop it, at least for the moment, unless you notice neutral becoming a problem. I mean, there is neutral sword. That's about the only thing that's going to hit, but I haven't seen too many neutral swords around at this stage. So I'm not really sure whether to say definitely remove it or not. But you can always test it and see how it goes. Vegside Games. Oh, I don't want to do that. They might sponsor me one day, and that wouldn't look good, would it? Maybe if they like reach out to me, or reach out to them, and then things go well and things are looking good, then I just, you know, slide it in there, really casual like, and be like, you know, if you just have this cardboard cutout of Eris and maybe Vania, I'll just set them up right behind me, and they can just be my background permanently. The Elder Scrolls card game. I played it when it was in beta, and then I haven't touched it since. This thing's actually banishable, so that's fine. Should I keep 2 or cut 1 or totally cut Oro? I don't know. I'm not a big dragon player. I've played against a lot of dragons, but I haven't really ever had trouble with Oro, so personally I probably wouldn't run it in dragon, especially now that the healing was cut out of it. But it can still work as quite a nice finisher, so a 1-of might actually be practical. You'd probably want to see if you can suss out someone who's a little more experienced in playing dragon to answer that question right now. But I don't know if anyone in chat's really played a lot of dragon. 2D anime got cardboard cutouts, yes. And those body pillows, you can't forget those. I don't want to go with that. I mean, we get some sick ass value out of this dark. On the other hand, the evolve doesn't actually look too great on it. Ah, screw it, we'll take it. Six, 6, 12 plus 2 isn't going to be enough anyway. I need to trade into that, which is really disappointing. Probably should have just traded anyway, but I can always trade that and go 12 to face. Put him on 5. Waste the evolve though, and I don't like the feeling of that. So no, we won't. We'll do this way. Oh dear, Phil. See, you're doing it again. You're saying weird stuff. Saying too many weird things. Bad. Now I'm really fucked. Okay. I can't do it. Can't waste that evolve here. I need a tribunal in my hand. This is normal for Phil. That's true. Phil is a little weird, but we're all a little weird, so I think it's fine. And that is how you lose every game ever. I need a Sky Spire body pillow. Oh, tragic. And yeah, 4-8 would be a pain, but I mean, what wouldn't be a pain at this point? My whole life is tragic. Just look at this hand. I drew nothing. Nothing, I tell you. No, honestly, I have like one chance, and that's to draw any follower and then not get killed. Oh, oh yes. Best draw ever. Probably still going to lose, but we're going to look good doing it. Even if they hit me in the face, I live. Easy remove when I have the removal, Phil. It's just the one time I don't have the removal. Mentor's teaching Amelia body pillow. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. No! My life is over. Damn you, Oro. No, actually, I had a really fucking shitty hand there. Not having Tribunal on that Oro cost me nearly all my health. Especially to that Dragoon Scyther. Kind of disappointing. But not every matchup's a good matchup. Not good enough. Bahamut's never good enough. Just ask Fire Spartan when he's around, ever. One day he'll turn back up. When he's not sleeping. World Wilder Ginger. Keep one aura for 140. Yeah, that sounds good. I do need to build a dragon deck. I just haven't really been bothered and I don't even know where to start. So I'm going to wait for a couple of lists to pop up that look interesting and work from there. Like I said, not a big dragon player. Play pretty much everything else. Hey, swap beast call. GMX arranging a three-way with a body pillow. That's a sentence I never hoped I'd have to say. You need like 50k vials. Yeah, that's no problem. I've got most of the stuff for it. I've with the Abyss vialing and what was the other one? Abyss and Oro vialing, I actually have plenty left. And the pre-built decks that I bought, the two I bought, one for Haven and one for Dragon, worked out fine. I should have more than enough vials left over to craft what I'm missing. Dragon's not a cheap deck. Mind you, Wallet Rune is quite expensive now too. It's mostly just because the neutral legends that you're running so many. The sheer number alone is crazy. I had to create pretty much everything, yeah. Don't worry, I didn't have hardly anything, but these pre-builts really help out. Getting that extra Sybil and getting all the value from the extra Grimnir and Ouroboros opens up some doorways. Oh, you only need to craft him if you want to run him after all. Do you know, either way this actually ends up pretty good. Oh, actually why not just do it this way? Deal with 2 birds, 1 stone sort of thing. I do for a deck full of legend deck with only legendary. I've actually seen, I think that is possible. I believe it is. Waiting game again. Oh no. So I don't tend to get rid of everything so quickly and spend my vials. It's the only reason I haven't crafted up too much. I think I crafted 1 more Janine, I crafted 1 more Sybil, well 1 John, sorry, not Janine. Fucking English is such a pain for that stuff. And that's about it, all I crafted legendaries wise. And got rid of a heap of stuff. 90% of the cards times 3. Yeah, because GMX a whale. I swear he only works to play games, that's it. If he didn't have to, he would just play games. Flat out. Okay, that's fine. I am okay with this guy. He can go screw himself, but I'm okay with that. Screw it, get rid of it. That'll do. We're gonna go full aggro here since we're actually ahead by a shit ton when it comes to blood damage, so why not? Let's make it hard for them to come back, hopefully. I wish I had 90% of the cards. I think I have like maybe 50, maybe... Oh, actually I've got easily 50 because I have all the bronze and silvers. So that's at least 50. And then I've got a fairly good amount. 200 around March, yeah. Ah, not every stream's going to get a lot of viewers. But the more we stream, the more viewers we'll get, the better things will be. I'll be happy. March Hair's Tea Time is worthless here. Tribunal almost seems worthless as well, although the Hollow Dogma actually is alright. Hey! Thanks for the follow. I think I just missed whoever that was. No, I didn't. There is Black Sorrow. That sounds good. Just when Phil mentions Ding Dong, and Ding Dongs are provided. Don't even spend a nickel. I haven't spent too much. I only recently spent a little bit with the pre-built decks because I wanted a couple of them. And I think I've bought a total of 3 pre-builts before that. And other than that, I haven't spent anything. And most of that was from Gem Sale. So you're not the only one who doesn't tend to spend much. Value. A heart attack for viewers? Oh. Phil, if you're gonna have a heart attack, at least record it. It'll make great content for the channel. Alright, Dark General. Alright, that gets killed off by the Tribunal and sets up for another Tribunal. Tribunals everywhere. Okay. Sacred. March here. Very tempted to use Hollow Dogma, I'm just not sure where yet. I could use it on this Sacred, it may still be okay. It does get us the draw too. Oh, another one, so that's fine actually. Promoting Phil's death. Not promoting, sharing. I just want to share Phil's death. Like, I mean, if he's going to die anyway, may as well make something interesting out of it. I know if it was me, I'd want it, you know, to be quite entertaining. At least I'd be remembered. Sharing is caring, yep. That's it, sharing is caring. Why would you do that way? I suppose so they can chance the survival. Tribunal, hit the 4-4. Do it. Do it now. Nah. You're so worthless right now. I love triple hair tea time, so like, you know, don't play anything and lose. Phil will be famous and rich, yeah. He'll also be dead. But we're not gonna worry about that right now. Not at all. You know I can have a great time streaming Splatoon. I might actually do that one of these nights soon. I probably won't get many viewers, but if you guys want to tune in and hang out, that'd be fun. You know what else would be fun? Streaming Phil's death. Oh. Nah, it's fine. I actually enjoy having Phil around sometimes. He keeps things interesting. Keep going. I've got no money here, you know. I actually get hardly anything off YouTube and stuff. It's been a good month so far, but it's still quite low. Definitely not live-offable. It's not like I'm rich, that's for sure. Some pro level. Oh, trust me, it's not some pro level at all. I'm not a good Splatoon player. But I do enjoy playing it, it's quite fun. Considering I was into, like, you know, Call of Duty and other heavier shooters, Destiny, things like that, Splatoon's a nice, you know, kiddie type of game that's just bright, colourful, and a little bit of fun. I just wanted her money. Oh, Phil. If you want to pay respect to Phil, press F. If you want to desecrate his court, press D. We'll form 2 lines and they'll be very orderly. I'm sorry, Phil, but you've set up for too many good jokes now. Double lurching's a little bit of a pain. But let's counter that with double Snow White. For a 16 murder. Oh no. Oh dear. Get a D for Phil. Oh, I bet you would, Turkey. I bet you would. And see, now G-Max just takes the jokes to a whole new level. It's kind of scary. Because that's probably exactly how the news article would read. Oh, where are we going to go? Into face, I think. And Heart attack, check my YouTube channel. Let's promote Phil. Go check out Phil's channel. I don't know if it really exists, but that'll be entertaining. Oh, did you guys see the new emote too? I don't know whether anyone actually noticed that I put in an emote. I'll be really sad if no one noticed. I went to a lot of effort to put that in, not really, but it was funny. I think only GMAT can use it though, because he's the only one with the thing. I thought it was cute. It's one that we use on the Discord, so I thought why not. I guess is everywhere. You cannot avoid the I guess. Hey, there you go. Smugvania is adorable. If we get more subs, we're able to get more emotes. I kind of borrowed it from the Nexus Discord because I thought it was the most adorable little emote. Alright, where do we want to go with this one? Probably... maybe these heads can't be taken? Sounds good to me, I think. Removal. The Heavens Rebuke You. I love that, that is good. I do love the Japanese though, that sounds pretty cool too. Oh, Turkey hates Igus. Oh. Igus is the god. You can't go to fire Igus. Did you actually? His chat message was there and then he just times out Phil. He's just like, no Phil, you don't get to die anymore. Unless you play Haven, you'll hate Igus. It's not true. I play a lot of other decks and never have much trouble with Igus. If you play Haven Mirrors, then I have a problem with it, because if you go second and they play it first, you've pretty much lost already. It wasn't even Nightbot that timed out Phil. Oh. Classic Phil. Phil Strikes Back in theaters now, yes. Instead of 1-2 switch, it's 1-2 Phil. Turn 1, no good play. Turn 2, princess, 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 everywhere. Yeah, see, I'm truly grateful. To none of you. Oh, no. I actually like all my viewers, they're great fun to hang out with. Until you get those really annoying people that you just have to ban. Done that before, that was fun. Phil's channel is how to trigger Nightbot. Oh, best video ever. Pretty much 3 turns, Seraph. Oh, not quite. Nearly. I mean, sure, Seraph is good, but I guess does do a better job for a control deck overall. Seraph's got to be really teched hard for it to work, which is sad. Doesn't mean Seraph is bad, it's just a different deck. You play it, evolve it. That's only 1 turn. Play it, evolve it, and then dead. I'm going for a dual trade with this. I like this one. To return, I guess, back to the hand, right? I don't think you can, because it's unaffected by all spells. So you shouldn't be able to. The only things it's affected by are stat changes, so I don't believe Pixie Mischief will work Yeah. I actually find Argus is really balanced, being a 9-drop. The amount of setup you actually need to be able to play it is crazy, and a lot of other decks will outplay you anyway. Dragon's always a hard one to actually beat most of the time.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Hey, thanks for the follow. Yeah, it's not broken. March Hare's Tea Time is more broken than Argus ever could be. Especially, like I said, as a turn 9 card. If you haven't dealt with your opponent by turn 9, turn 10, then you probably deserve to lose by that point. Any heals or board clears? That's not true. Sure, the heals can be a pain, but a lot of Argus deck styles don't run a lot of early healing. And the ones that do still get aggroed down too quick because the healing isn't very adequate. Board clears, on the other hand, I do agree with for the most part. Just need to get rid of every class but sword. Oh. Yeah, you still got 9 turns to kill Haven, that's it. And sure, yeah, Haven has a lot of cards to deal with that. But overall, it's a pretty balanced class. There's a lot more broken things out there like Sybil. You missed your dragon. I don't know. Everyone enjoys different decks though, and different metas. Like, I know people who really enjoyed the pre-Wonderland Dream meta, and I really enjoyed the Wonderland Dream meta. Especially in the last week, because Blood was really dying off in the meta. You're seeing a fair bit more variation, and the Bloods that you were coming up against were quite easy to deal with. How are dragons cool? I think it's more the dragon style isn't as cool. Sword does have a lot of nice followers, just not very effective ones. Alright, this next turn should actually be pretty solid. I've played enough D&D to know dragons aren't cool. Aww. Albert's alt art is pretty cool. If I had the chance, I probably would have bought it, but can't really justify that. Could have just went face. Probably should have just went face. But we're playing the long game. I only have an intelligence of 6. Aww. It's gonna be tier 0. No way. I doubt it. D-shift dies too heavy to aggro. Things like aggro blood will completely tear it apart. So I don't see that happening. The problem at the moment is that the meta is settled into a point where it's not settled at all. That's pretty much it, I guess. Like, people think Sword's quite strong right now, and yeah, it is, because most decks are unrefined. As things change in about the next 3 days, you'll probably see it shift into a really quite balanced meta. I'm suspecting mostly Shadow Dragon with Haven as a counter, very similar to pre-Wonderland Dream. Just because Haven didn't lose too much, but gained a fair bit this expansion. Dragon, just solid ramp is all it really needs, and it's got enough neutral support to really deal some damage. And then Shadow didn't get hit at all in the last nerf now, so it hasn't really changed and still is a powerhouse with Hector. Okay, Forest is tier 0, 100%. I don't want to deal with this. There's no way that actually works out in my favor, is there? Other than trying to block. That's for that, that one's for that. And that's fine. But, like I said, a lot of decks are personal preference too, which makes a difference. Focused on tanking and smashing, what a stick. Sword has the worst leaders. Yeah, I would partially agree. But Albert's becoming a leader, so that will kind of redeem it a little bit. Jimmy's like, false. Haven's leaders, yeah, they're not great either. I don't mind Eris, but I don't like Ritter at all as a leader. Great, I'm going to take damage. That sounds good, doesn't it? Can't afford this. One of them is great. No, he's not. Just admit it, man. No. And Haven, what's Haven getting again? I can't even remember what it was getting as a leader. I really wanted Aegis, but that wasn't happening. Yay, I'm dead to bloody rats. Maybe that was bad. Altard Aegis, yeah. Altard Aegis is sweet. I wish I had 3 of them, but I don't. This is where Aegis loses if he gets out aggroed, and unfortunately, that rune deck did a pretty good job at out aggroing me. I don't have any other decks that I'm actually interested in playing right now. The Moon Girl person, right? I think so, yeah. I can't remember, but she's not too bad, I guess, if it is Moon. Since we aren't nerfing Aegis, let's make second all out for him. No. They put Oro in the deck. I know they didn't give him ult out, but they put him in the deck. I still stand by that Aegis is one of the least cards that needs a nerf. There's still other things that will be hit well before that ever gets touched. Same wake schedule, basically. That actually sounds interesting. I've always wanted to play Dungeons & Dragons and never had anyone to actually play it with. I do have a couple of friends who do play it occasionally, but most of them live down like 2 hours away from me now. They went and moved for school, so I don't really get to do anything like that. But that could be fun. Might stop soon. Those will be 9 mana win the game doesn't need a nerf. You say no, it doesn't, because there's turn 9 is win con turn pretty much. Seraph is turn 9 win con. Anomaly is a shitty win con, but it has that win condition for turn 8. Dragon has a shit ton of combos for their 10 play point turn combo set, along with ramp, you know, usually is a lot earlier. Sword's probably the only one lacking anything big. Blood did used to have spawn, but that's kind of been changed now and doesn't favour control anyway, so they're more aggro oriented deck. And D-Shift is Faroon. Seraph needs 1 more turn. Have you ever played a Seraph deck? You play Seraph turn 8, you win turn 9. Otherwise you're playing Seraph wrong. Because you build your whole deck around the point of having Seraph come out early. That's all? Roll20 is an amazing option to play online. Alright. And then Forest has Roach as another combo, but that's kind of died off because it's just such a pain in the ass to try and set up for compared to other variants. But yeah, every deck has win cons like that. Oh well, if you play Shadow, Cerberus is pretty cool. What was Dragon getting? Like Imperial Dragoon or something, weren't they? I actually think he's pretty cool, except for the fact that Discard Dragon isn't really a thing anymore. Not like it used to be. That was a really good meme back then. Awesome. I'm mostly a Haven Blood player, which you can see by my wins pretty easily. 2 legends for like 20. That's normal. It's 1 per 10 packs roughly. That's your that should be your average, man. Both worm gods. Oh no, that's okay. That's not good. Worm gods. Hey, you like the new Grimnir? I haven't played with it much. I dropped it from my Aegis deck because I can't use it for the turn 10 win con anymore, and Haven has a lot better techs. I don't play Dragon much, so I've never really used it in that, but I'm gonna build Dragon soon, so I can give that a good roll and hopefully get some good video content out of it. And the only other deck I've seen that really uses it at the moment is Control Shadow, which is this one, which I mostly tend to play it in the early game to stop aggro decks. OTK Dragon Ute. Oh, that was a great deck. I liked that deck. I wish I could play that more. But it doesn't really do much anymore unless you get lucky. Screw it, we'll play the Death's Breath just as a board. Not a single Draconic Fervor. Oh. That's a silver too, isn't it? That's pretty unlucky. I mean, I've been pretty lucky with getting most of my packs. Like, most of my pack openings, it's always 1 in 10 card packs that I get a legendary normally. So, I opened, I think, 90 at the start of the expansion after saving a bunch of gold, because I don't buy packs with gems because they're too expensive. Yeah, I'm screwed. Okay, that's fun. Double Roach, see? Turn 8, double Roach, lethal. Pain in the ass to set up, but when you do, it works. It's a friggin' silver, yep. Still didn't pull it, and it was a silver. See, that's depressing. And losing is also very, very depressing. Alright, we're gonna try that Trial Blood again, see if I can actually kick it a bit more. Forrest pulling in a win. Oh, I know, first one in a long time, eh? Pinion Prince. I was expecting a Fairy Dragon drop away. Not many Forest players play Fairy Dragon though. It just doesn't have the value that other cards have. It looked good to start with, but not many people use it. OTK Elf come back. I would like to see that actually. OTK Elf? That'd be an amazing thing to see. Rehab instead of Tia. That's a good option. A lot of dragons did used to run Rehab, and with a blood orientated aggro and shadow orientated aggro slash mid decks, it's probably a good counter if we see more of those. Gotta finish my day later. Oh. To boost the cost even more. That's a good reason. We'll be wrapping up shortly, I think. Probably after this game, actually. Actually, I don't mind this card. It's very interesting. Works both as an aggro card and as a defensive card. Rehab is gold, right? Yeah, Rehab is gold. What do you got, Shadow? He might actually be dead. He might. That or he just went missing. I'd be kind of sad if Phil did actually die. That'd be quite sad. We'd have to have a memorial stream where we just go over Phil's best moments in life or death, I guess. Alright, drop him to 11. Turn 5, pretty solid. Not a turn 6 win yet, but very close. I mean, if they don't clear the board, it is a win. If they don't clear at least one thing on the board, which they should be able to, I mean, Soul Splasher. Putting Roost in my deck, oh! Take the risk, man. Take the risk. Roost is so risky. Like, Roost is definitely an interesting card, but it's got such a big risk attached to it. Especially since we're seeing a lot of aggro decks. If you play Roost, you know, you're going to expect a full board. But I may actually give that a shot as a meme deck or something. Like Roost, Dragon, Jabberwocky craziness. Turn 5 Genesis, yeah. You also then can expect a turn 5 double Albert. Oh, sorry, turn 6 double Albert or something stupidly crazy. Alright, we just need 2 damage. If I can't pull 2 damage, there's something wrong with this deck. Or there's just something wrong with me. One or the other. Nothing really changes there, I guess. Roost with you. 4 days. Perfect, I guess. That could work out. Alright, so we really need to draw into it, don't we? Okay, that's no good to me. Let's throw those up so they can't trade themselves. Hopefully buy us 1 more turn. At turn 10 if you have a good hand it's over. That's true. You also risk losing in the very next turn if you don't kill your opponent. Drop your whole hand. That's true. There's lots of different things. It's just always been such a double-edged sword that people can't afford to run it. Genesis with Baha, yeah. But you got to consider, you have to play Roost, right? Roost then lowers your opponent's hand by half as well. You pretty much play Roost and end your turn before you can play Genesis or Baha. And at turn 10 you can only play Roost and one of those, I believe, because of their costs. And then you pretty much go into a state where your opponent has max PP to play whatever they want. That was a shitty game. Alrighty. Probably gonna have to wait for the meta to settle a little bit before I can do anything too consistent. I don't mind testing out decks, but they definitely need some refinement to be working more practically. Pros like 5 or 6. At 5 or 6 though, with your whole hand lowered by half, you know, that's some crazy stuff. Oh, like, I've seen Roost do some crazy things in the past. Because I was around before Roost was nerfed. Well, nerfed changed more than anything. It's not really a nerf. Slight nerf, I guess, because D-Shift can't quite go as well as it used to. Dragon. Gold. Do I actually have a Roost on me or not? No, I don't, so if I wanted them, I have to craft them up. I used to have them. Got rid of them a while back, I think. Cards in both players' hands cost half rounded up. Whenever a card is added to the player's hand, it costs drop by half rounded up. It's just crazy. Nice way to test in stream. Yeah. Yeah, versus D-Shift, game over. That's it. Versus any heavy aggro deck, maybe even shadow control decks, you can really get hammered hard. I didn't even know Hydra was a card. It's a pretty useless card, but it's funny. It's definitely worth a go. I mean, Phoenix Roost, you know, dropping at what? Where is it? Okay, 5. So you could play it maybe turn 3 with an optimized hand, if you get really lucky. No, probably turn 4, I guess. Phoenix Roost, because it's 5 costs, so at least 1 ramp. Then turn 6, assuming you'll be on what? 6 or 7, so you can drop at least 2 cards, so on. Or yeah, like you said, play it late game. That would be alright. This meta Necro OP? Maybe. Once things settle, we'll have a better picture. I reckon Necro, Haven, Dragon, maybe some Blood variant will take the top spots at the moment. Blood may die off if Shadow and Haven dominate it more, but at the moment Blood's still doing quite well. Dragon may drop off if Blood and Shadow can keep it in control. It's just hard to say exactly where we're at right now. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this stream, so we'll wrap things up. I should be back tomorrow if all goes to plan, and I'll catch you guys then. And Phil, make sure to stay salty.